Hello, good morning. Today we're going to start by putting our throttle cable in. Won't be able to videotape much because, there's no room in here to see what's going on. But I'll fill you in after I get it hooked up. We'll start it up and see if we get the engine adjusted a little better than it is. But I think it's adjusted fine, but we're going to fine tune it. Run it for a while. All right, we're going to get on with it. Feeding the cable in. All right, we're going to get in the back and pull it through the rest of the way. Okay, cable's hooked up. Let's give it a start. Okay, I believe we're in good shape. What's next? Okay, I put that part of the hinge on. I'm going to ream them hinges out. 2 oversizes. I'll show you the reamers I got. Here's the reamers I got. The first one with the numbers is the first size. This is the second size. I'm going to go with the first size, then the second size. Then I'm putting new pins in that are 2 oversized. That's where we're going. Okay, here we go. I got some oil to put on this reamer. Want it lubed. First size. We're going to hit it again with the next size. Okay, now the second reamer is the second size. I already put it in oil. All right, that's ready to accept the hinge. Now we got to go get the door and do the door. Okay, this is the small reamer, the first oversized one. Now it goes in the door. All right, now we're going to wipe it off, put the second size in, then we're ready to put the pins in. All right, second size going in, second oversize for the pins. You got to put in some oil. All right, now we're ready for the door. All right, hinge pins are reamed out for the second oversized pin. I'll show you what they are and why I'm doing it coming up next. Okay, these are the 2 pins. Here's the standard door pin for a Super Beetle. This is from an early 60s Beetle with the threaded top to thread a mirror on there. Well, on my 72 Super Beetle, I welded the holes up for a mirror. And I took the pins out, and they were a little sloppy. So I decided to put 2 oversized pins with mirror bases, thread type, so I can put older type mirrors on my Super Beetle. The holes that are on my Super Beetle door, the original holes that accept the mirrors to be threaded into the doors, I welded those holes up. And now my mirrors will be on the threaded pins. They're going in next. I figured I'd show you everything one more time in case you wanted to copy the sizes off the reamers. They weren't that expensive. I forget the name of the place I bought them. I'll try to list it in my video when I post it. But what I am going to do on the 2 new pins, the oversized pins, I'm going to put anti-seize on them before I drive them back in through the hinge. That way I hope that'll keep them from rusting as long as possible. All right, I'm going to carry on. Okay, I'm going to nervously try to put the door on. Success! Okay, I gotta take the rug and stuff out that I have there. I'm gonna try to get a couple bottom hinge bolts in. It's not gonna be easy. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. I'm going to get a punch and try to get that to hold one of the holes in place. Okay, I'm going to put this in the bottom hinge. It's like a tapered punch. It'll hold one of the bolts in place. Working fine. One in. Two in. One more to go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Pull this carpet out. Okay, we want to be very gentle here. The hinges are loose. Looks like we have a winner. Seams are lining up. The up and down vertical seams are nice. Front seam is great. All right, we're doing good. We're going to drive that pin in there. I'm a happy man. The hinges aren't even tight. The bolts that hold the hinges on, And without even having to move everything around, I have pretty close to a perfect fit. I'm very happy with that. This is the punch I'm going to use to drive this down. Okay, she's down. I'll clean that up with a rag. Wow, nice. Very happy. Very happy with that. Okay, we're going to clean that up. These are the differences in the mirrors. This is the later style that screws into the door. Both sides. This is the older style that the bottom screws into the hinge. Okay. Well, another workday comes to an end. I didn't get a ton accomplished, but I did at the same time, really. But I was disappointed because these mirrors, I have to say, were purchased from Empy. And I have a little machinist background, so I was able to fix it to make it work, but the average person would have had to return these things. And I shouldn't have had to fix them to make them work. When you pay that much money for Empy's products, it should work perfectly. They need to do a better final inspection on their stuff or start having a new manufacturer doing it. It was terrible. It took me about an hour to figure out how to fix it. And believe me, I mean, it wasn't just off a little bit. It was off a lot. But I did get it on. I'm real happy because I wanted the 60 styles mirror rather than the one that screws in the door. So I did accomplish what my goal was. But not thanks to Empy. I don't think I'll be buying products from Empy anymore. I hate to say it. If I have to, I have to. But, you know, I'm not a happy camper with the problems with these mirrors. I'd take them back, but it was like $100 for 2 mirrors. And like I said, at least I'm able to fix them, but I shouldn't have to. So, okay, I'd like to say enjoy your project, but, you know, things like that kind of put a little black cloud or a gray cloud over your head. It takes the enjoyment out of it. But it is what it is. We fixed it. And I'm going to Flanders Sunday, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm buying some parts for my son. He has a 63 Super Beetle. And I am also putting in a 64 dashboard in that car. And it's the car with the bubble windshield. So it's going to be more of a project than I did with my own. But we're going to get her done. I like fabrication, and my son loves that metal dashboard. So it's going to get in his car one way or the other. All right, everybody have a nice weekend. Enjoy your project. And, you know, like, if you am buying Empy stuff, you know, if you have a chance to try it before you actually pay for it, you know, do that because this is garbage. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. See you in the next one.